All right, good morning, almost good afternoon to everybody. This is Jared, and thank you for joining today. This is our first sort of educational session since we've launched CRM 2019. If you had joined in the past during our office hours, the purpose of those was to get you a little bit more acquainted with the new interface, the navigation, how things are laid out, and where you can find your most important items. The purpose of this session will be a little bit more educational in that more of the how-tos, where to do specific things, accessing new dashboards that we've pushed into CRM from Power BI and the new Power BI reports. And then if there's any questions that have come up or that you have, please feel free. Everybody sounds pretty good right now, so I won't mute everybody. If we get a lot of noise, I will mute everybody. But otherwise, you can use, if you see my screen, all of you should have a little chat box on your view. It's a little bubble. You can type into the chat, type a question here, and I will be notified of those questions. And if it's something relevant to what we're talking about, I'll address it at that time. If not, I'll try to answer everything at the end if we have a couple of minutes, and we'll go from there. So let's get started with this session. So CRM 2019 is essentially the same as what we were using before, right? There's just a few interface changes. So I feel like you've all had probably more than enough time now the last couple of weeks to get yourselves acquainted with the layouts. You may have some questions, how things relate to one another. But today I'm going to really be showing you how to do the things that are for a salesperson, especially most important, and those things that you're most often doing, accounts, searching for accounts, knowing which accounts are best to use. Sometimes that can be a struggle. If you find that you're searching for an account and 10 of them show up, which one do you use? There's a few best practices, and we're also already kind of in the talks of getting some of those accounts that you see when you do these searches hidden or deduplicated, because there are, as you all know, many more accounts than what we need or what we actually use that actually show up in CRM. We'll go over opportunities, how to manage your opportunities, and how that is easily the single most important piece of your CRM usage and adoption. If you are a sales rep that only does one thing in CRM, I will tell you that thing should be keeping your opportunities updated at all times. That data, that information is most valuable to you because you will be able to understand what's in your pipeline, what your forecast can look like, and how that relates to the new Power BI reports and pipeline calculations. And so you have an accurate representation of what you can expect for the remainder of the quarter or periods. And then we'll also cover meetings, activity, how you add those to opportunities. All of your meetings, I would say at least 90% of your actual meetings, sales calls, should be attached to your opportunities, because your meetings are generally discussing revenue-related programs. There are cases, few and far between, where you just need to add an opportunity to a meeting if it's a general follow-up type situation. But most often you will be adding or should be adding your activity to the relevant opportunities. And the thing to understand with how this all works is the three main components, like I just said, are accounts, opportunities, and activity. And your accounts are kind of the center of the universe, if you will. And everything you do radiates out from those accounts and back to those accounts. So you have your account, your client, and then all of your specific individual clients have opportunities that you're working on with them, and all those opportunities have the activity and the revenue tied to those sales opportunities, those sales solicitations, and all of that flows back to the account. So you can visit your account at any time and see the opportunity that you have open. You can then go to your opportunities and see what you've done with your opportunities as far as activity goes, keeping your revenue updated, close winning them, close losing them, and how a few quick ways that we've added to CRM to help you quickly and easily keep these things updated, because in the past we understand that it was difficult, and I personally will say that it was a pain to keep your revenue updated on your opportunities, and that's something that, like I said before, you should be most concerned with. And so I'll go through that and some of those shortcuts that you may well be using already, but if not, I will show you where to do those quickly and easily, and it will save you, I promise, a lot of time, and improve your efficiency when you're working in CRM. So when you log into CRM, the page that you are going to be visiting, the home page is crm.tribhub.com. I'm going to type it in again on my URL, crm.tribhub.com, and that will take you to this interface that I had just had up. But again, just to reiterate, the URL is crm.tribhub.com. You will always be taken to your home dashboard page, and you will see whatever dashboard you want as your default. Now, a dashboard is a compilation of several different items in CRM. For example, your sales dashboard gives you a little bit of a pipeline view, a visual of your open opportunities in your pipeline, not including your 95% opportunities that are overdue, meaning you told CRM that you were going to close them at a certain date. If you see all of mine here, these are showing close dates in October of 2018. So these are overdue. I need to clean these up, and you should be very mindful of opportunities that you have as aging. And I'll show you when we go to opportunities how you can keep those updated. But this is a quick little cue as to anything that you need to keep or update to maintain that accuracy and organization within your own business and within your own territory. Open activities are anything that you have out there. Specifically, most specifically, is going to be meetings that you're concerned with. And if you do not mark your meetings complete, your meetings will continue to show on open activities. So if you have 3 sales calls this week and you don't mark them complete, and then you go to next week and you have 5 sales calls and you just continue to log them, this open activities list is going to continue to get longer and longer. And the purpose of using this is to really be your to-do list of what's coming up, instead of just a running tally of everything that you've done. And keeping that clean is just going to help you stay more organized and use CRM on a day-to-day and week-to-week more efficiently. Open opportunity lines, we'll go into those again when we talk about opportunities, about your opportunity lines. As you all know, and if you don't know, an opportunity line is the revenue within your opportunities, your products that you are placing on your opportunities. Most of your opportunities, aside from your recurring revenue, so if you have any sort of customers that spend regularly, those customers, their recurring opportunities, are probably only going to have one opportunity line, being like preprints that happens month over month, or digital display that the customer runs every single month. But for all the rest of your opportunities, you should have several lines. Your pitching, programs that are comprehensive and contain more than 2 or 3 products. The more products you pitch, the stickier, if you will, the solution will become, and it will be even better for the client in the long run to have that diverse advertising media mix in their solution to bring their results that they hope for. Open leads are any lead that you have assigned to you that you have not marked as qualified or disqualified. And my accounts are any accounts in CRM that you are an owner of. So that's a quick overview of this My Sales dashboard. I like this dashboard. If you don't want this as your default, I still would check in here every couple of days to just see what's kind of happening and make sure everything looks good. The better this looks, the better you use CRM, I guarantee you will result in increased performance in your quarterly and period goal bookings and attainment percentages. So, like I said, your home dashboard will show up whenever you log into CRM. You do have the choice by clicking on the title up here. There's a little drop down. You can click anywhere on the title or use the drop down itself. It will bring up the same options, but you have a variety of dashboards that you can view at any time or set as your default, right? We still have the one-on-one dashboard for reps and managers and digital managers and digital strategists in here. These are, again, we had these last year, and for those of you that are new, these are dynamic dashboards that are always looking at specific dates and time periods and time at your most important things, like I said, opportunities, appointments, meetings, accounts. So you can use this dashboard. You should be using this dashboard to complement your one-on-ones with your sales managers, to show and to talk to the opportunities that you won or lost last week. You know, those will always populate here, and they'll always be for the previous week. So if I look at this today, any opportunity that I won last week will show up here. If I look at this on this coming Monday, it will show everything I've done this week that we're currently in. Last week's meetings. So again, if I'm looking at this on a Monday, it will show the meetings that I had last week. Opportunities created or updated last week. All of these things are dynamic and continue to update as you go, and are definitely of benefit when you're using any sort of dashboards. Also added, we have the account details dashboard, and this will make maybe a little more sense once I show you your accounts. But the account details dashboard is a Power BI feed of this dashboard that we've created in Power BI and are able to push to CRM. And you can use this at any time to look up a specific account and find out what their average revenue is, the last time they had an invoice, their average opportunity size, the average products per opportunity, average days to close an opportunity, days since last meeting. All of those metrics are on here, and you can use this dashboard at any time to search for any accounts. You just use this account search field up here and search for accounts to find that more strategic information regarding any accounts in CRM. Also, what was added, and some of you may have, that were here last year, may have gotten used to the pacing dashboard. We have retired the pacing dashboard and the territory spend dashboards. They are now happily sitting on a beach in Florida enjoying their retirement, and we've replaced them with the Rep Gap to Goal dashboard. It's sort of a combination of the pacing report and the territory spend reports. The Rep Gap to Goal dashboard will show you as a sales rep's total pacing percentage, your total percentage to goal, your digital percentage to goal, any opportunities you have at 95%, your pipeline, your account-wise revenue, how they look for this year, last year, any sort of pipeline that you have there, the meetings that you've had per period, and your overall opportunity pipeline, and when the revenue that you have entered can be expected to be realized if it is marked as closed won. You can use any of the slicers, these filters at the top, to choose specific time periods or probabilities on your opportunities, products, so on and so forth. And you can use these at any time. And if you want to make any of these dashboards your default, when you first log into CRM, use the Set as Default button at the very top. It looks like a thumbtack. It says Set as Default. I can click this, and now every time I log into CRM or go back to my home page, my Rep Gap to Goal dashboard is what I will see. Okay. It's a real quick overview of just those additions, but I really want to get into the educational portion of those things that you're going to be doing, searching for accounts, adding an account if you need to, seeing what is the best account to use if there's existing accounts, creating opportunities, how you manage those opportunities, and how you tie your meetings to opportunities in general. So there's two places that you can search. I'm going to start with accounts, and I'll give you kind of the two perspectives and the preferred method. Just looking at CRM at a glance, what you see is a search icon at the very top right. It's a magnifying glass, like a universal icon for searching, right? So you can click in here, And when you choose this search icon, essentially whatever you type in this search field is going to search all of CRM for whatever you search for. So if you search for Charles Schwab, it's going to search accounts that have the name Charles Schwab on them, leads, contacts, opportunities, anything. And the view that you get is, it's okay, but it's a little noisy. You have, like I said, accounts, contacts. There's Charles Schwab on this contact, so that's why this shows up here. Here's a lead for Charles Schwab. There's other pages showing activities that have Charles Schwab on them, and if there were any opportunities named Charles Schwab, those would show up here as well. You can filter your search by only choosing accounts if you choose. But again, it just kind of breaks it down into this view. It just removes those other views, or those other results, just narrowing to accounts. You can use this, but like I said, there's not much here for you as a salesperson to really determine what the right account is or which account you should be using. So my best practice suggestion when you're doing any sort of searching, and the majority of your searching that you're going to be doing is regarding accounts, is on the left-hand side here, we have all of our pages. So we have our dashboards page. Activities comes second. After activities, is a little clipboard with a little pen there. There's a little, looks like a file folder system. That icon is your accounts. So already, here are my accounts. These are accounts that I am listed as an account owner on. And if I want to search for accounts now, great question. Someone just asked about the recent records. There used to be a little little clock up here. Anything you you recently viewed, you click on this hamburger icon on the top left. I'll just take a side step because this is a quick answer. So this hamburger icon, we call it a hamburger because it looks like 2 buns and a patty. Click the hamburger icon and then your little clock shows up. Click on the clock and then you can see anything that you recently viewed in CRM. If there's certain accounts or opportunities that you're consistently visiting, you can use the thumbtack button to always have them showing instead of having them move down the list. So if you always are looking at Amita Health, you can click the pin on Amita Health, and that will become one of your favorites, so you can always use that quick access, and it will always be at the top of your list, right? I want to also have my accounts view. So you can use that as a quick navigation, right? I can go there, or I can go to Amita Health, right? I can always go back to my homepage, but it also shows you these icons on the left. Once you start using your favorites and recents, they will start lining up down the bottom. So that's a very useful tip and tool that you have, and that's a great question. Thank you. We're going to go back to our homepage. We're going to go back to my accounts page. When you're searching for accounts, like I said, this search icon is not the best way to use it, and I definitely would suggest going about account searches the way that I'm going to walk through right now, and that's by first navigating to your accounts page on this button. Your view may say My Accounts as your default. I would hope that it does. If it doesn't, make sure you find My Accounts and then use that as your default. But on the right-hand side of the screen, on the very top right, you'll see an empty search field. Whenever you see these search fields on any page, so here's one on my accounts page. If I go to my opportunities page, here's my opportunities search field, right? Here's my contact search field. So whatever you're on, it's going to only search for those specific records, meaning I'm on accounts, so I'm only searching for accounts. Now I'll click Charles Schwab. Type Charles Schwab, not click Charles Schwab. Hit enter. And now I get a better list, right? This is showing me the same list, but instead of just showing that little icon and the city that they're in, you get a little more detail. You get if they have a CU number and what that is, the city that they're in, if there's a contact, a phone number, email. The most important columns for you to look at when you're searching for accounts would be these last three, at least these almost last two, the penultimate last two, penultimate two columns, CRM last activity date and last opportunity date. So if you're looking for Charles Schwab, opportunity dates typically trump everything as far as rules of engagement are concerned. If you're able to go after this customer, so you can sort by just clicking top to bottom, here are the most recent Charles Schwab accounts with the most recent opportunities. You can then use this view to say, all right, it looks like somebody opened an opportunity on 12/26. Let me just double check. I can click on the account, see how that's looking, and if it's something that I can go after. If you're not seeing recent opportunities or recent activity, you're more than welcome, with manager's approval, to be added to that account and start logging opportunities and activity within that account. Another tip that I will give everybody, before all of your searches, if you see I have 19 records here, when I search for Charles Schwab by just typing in the words Charles Schwab, before all of your searches, type the asterisk, Shift F8. It's called the wild card. If you then search, you will get CRM searches a little bit more. We only get 19. There was another account that this worked better with. I think it's AARP. 58 AARP records. I use the asterisk first. I get 63. So that would mean some of these, let's see here, these down here that say Hartford AARP wouldn't have shown up on the first search because you just searched AARP. Element Comics wouldn't have shown up. It found this email that has the letters AARP in it. That's why this is displayed here. But this is a little bit better way for you to search, and I would suggest before any of your searches, especially for accounts, you hit that asterisk button and then move forward. So the other thing with accounts is you may, I use this example often, but when you create a prospect account, when you first create an account, it's called a prospect, and when you actually place an order, it becomes an active customer with a CU number. Your prospect account stays in CRM for all time unless you merge it, right? So for this example, if I create a prospect at this Best Buy account and they actually place an order, once the ad runs, not the date that you place the order, but once the ad actually runs, so you might place the order today, but the ad doesn't start running until March, you'll have to wait until March to see your CU number in your account from Addit show up in the CRM. But now you essentially have two accounts in CRM. You still have your prospect account and you have your new CU number account. What you need to do is copy the CU number from your account that came over from Addit, go to your prospect account and paste the CU number in the prospect CU field, right? So it would be whatever that was, CC or whatever. Save it, and the data team will merge those together, retaining any of your opportunities and your activity and merging them with your new CU accounts, so you won't have duplicate accounts in CRM, especially when you're dealing with prospects and new accounts. So I hope that makes sense. If you guys have questions on merging afterwards, please let me know. But that's one of the ways that you will benefit yourselves from seeing a lot of accounts, even on your own account list, right? So if you're looking at your own account list and you see two Best Buys, and one of them has a CU, it's because you haven't merged them together. You can clean your own list up by quickly typing that CU number in the prospect CU field, and the data team will merge those together within a couple of days for you. Once you've done your searching, if you've searched and there's maybe no accounts in CRM, or there's one that's very old and it has a CU number, but maybe it's like a classified type account and you know for certain that you can create a new account, my best suggestion is to stay on your accounts page where I am now and use the new button at the very top. This will create a new account, a new prospect account for you. And you just fill in the details that are necessary. There's asterisks on all the required fields. It's automatically going to be a prospect because you have not placed an order on this yet. I entered the name of my account, my prospect account, my category, meaning the business category. Most of you will be using retail. General is more B2B type things like manufacturing businesses, but retail is going to be what most media reps and premium reps are using. And here we go, healthcare. City and state is also a required field. And we'll say this is in Florida. Here's my new account, my prospect account. I'm going to save this. And now I have the ability, I automatically became the account owner. Here is my timeline saying that the account was created today, just now, by myself. Anything I do on this account will start to populate on this timeline in the future. So you can use this timeline as sort of like your news feed as to what's been going on with this account, right? Your account pages all look the same. You have your account information at the top, address details in the middle, and any contacts that you have added to the account. I would suggest keeping these updated and accurate. Our marketing team has had consistent efforts to generate leads for us, and they are using our contacts and our contacts emails as those points to communicate. So the better you are at keeping your contacts updated, the better these other teams will be at helping you to generate leads and create meaningful leads for you and provide you with that additional business. Billing info is what comes from Addit, the credit limit, the status, billing frequency, all of that. Someone just asked about website. I do apologize. That's a hidden field right now, but we are unhiding it, so the website will be in the account information fields, I'm hoping by next week sometime, but you will see that show up again shortly. So great question, but I did have somebody else notice that the other day. I don't know how we missed that, but the website for the account will be added back, and you will see that start to populate. It's just hidden right now. It's not like we deleted it, so everything that, if there was existing websites, they will just show back up as they normally did. Okay. So that's accounts and how to create a new account. In the past, you had to scroll down and your opportunities would be at the bottom. I can mute everybody's computer. We'll just mute everybody. I know it's been okay. It's a little noisy in the background, but okay. On your accounts, the most important tab, aside from making sure that this is all accurate, is your Opportunities tab. This will show all of the opportunities, won, lost, and open, that you have on this specific account. To add a new opportunity to this account, you click on Add New Opportunity. It automatically becomes an opportunity for this account because you started at the account, so best practice is to first go to your account and then go to your Opportunity tab and add a new opportunity, because your account name will automatically populate and the opportunity will automatically say, I know that Jared wants to create this account or this opportunity for Umbrella Corporation. Naming your opportunities, best practice, again, if you want to write this down, I would encourage it. And I discourage the practice of naming your opportunities something like digital and print or Q2 program. The reason for this is when you start to look at some of your opportunities views and your opportunity pages, the first line or the first column that's displayed is the opportunity name. So if you name everything Q2 program, it's going to be hard for you to discern which accounts these opportunities are for. So best practice is to, it sounds redundant, but I promise you it's going to be helpful in the long run, is to add your account name again as a start of the opportunity name, and you can shorten it if you want, just to like Umbrella Corp, it's just something better than adding it just as digital program or whatever, Umbrella Corporation, and then I would add what the program is, print and digital, and then when you want this to close, Q2 2019. That is the best naming convention, and it will help you stay more organized This is not a requirement, but again, as someone that's used several CRM systems and watched how opportunities are named, this is the best way to do this and will help you to stay more organized. So account name, opportunity name is account name, program name, quarter and year that you hope to close it. So we're still creating our opportunity. We have our name. Your opportunity types are new, incremental, and recurring. New means it's new business. It's a new customer. It's their first opportunity, or maybe they've churned. You could call that a new opportunity then if someone's churned and they're coming back. Maybe someone had the account before you and they haven't done anything with it in 6 months or a year. You can call that a new opportunity. If the customer is currently running, maybe they have monthly preprints, maybe they have a few programs running, you can name your opportunity incremental because that's above and beyond what they're currently spending. And recurring opportunities are those that you have happening over and over, and we have the recurring revenue form to help with those. The CRM champions have, I'm sure, communicated the recurring revenue forms, so instead of adding any opportunities in CRM as recurring, I would use those forms, and if you have questions about those forms, reach out to your local CRM champions or myself, and we can help you with that. So the majority of your opportunities you should be creating in CRM are either going to be new or incremental. We're going to say this one's new because I just entered this as a prospect account. This is a new opportunity. And here's my probability selectors. Your probability selectors correspond with our sales stages, and it's best practice to start your opportunities at the beginning, right? This is a brand new opportunity. The probability of this closing is 25% because you haven't really had any sales calls with them yet. You're first putting this opportunity in, or maybe you just had your first discovery call and you're still unsure with what you're going to pitch as their comprehensive program, right? So you have this as a 25% probability. You can enter them at 50 or 75. If I know the owner of Umbrella Corporation and they reached out to me already and we've kind of talked on the side, he said, hey, I'm opening this new business, this healthcare company in Raccoon City, and I want you to really help with our strategy. You probably don't need to start that at 25% because your confidence level of that opportunity closing is greatly increased because of the relationship that you already have and because you know already that they have a need. So you could put this in at 50 or 75% because you're more confident that something's going to come out of this sale. 95% is added. This is a new probability percentage. Any opportunity that you touch or tag as 95%, their revenue will show up on Power BI reports in your CNO column, which is your 95% probability column, and that revenue on your opportunities will actually come off of your book number before your pipeline is calculated. So only enter or change your opportunities to 95% if the revenue is essentially realized, but you've not yet hit your book numbers. And then when you see it hit your book numbers, you can mark it at 100% or closed one. So we're going to start this again at 25%. Your estimated close date is your goal line that you're setting for yourself. I want to close this. This is a Q2 program, so I know that Q2 starts after March. So I really want to close this by mid-March in order to make sure that everything gets up and running by the start of April when this customer is hoping to get this off the ground. Estimated revenue, you cannot add estimated revenue at this point because your estimated revenue is calculated on your line items. And the line items are what I said at the beginning, are the individual products and their revenue and the dates that you're going to have that revenue hit your numbers or hope to hit your numbers and run these programs for the customer in real time. So your estimated revenue will always show as blank until you enter opportunity line items. So as you see, I've completed my required fields. The asterisks are all good. If there's a contact that you created, you can use the search button and see, all right, let's see here. Do I have a contact that I can put on this account, or I can create a new contact, right? So you can tag in a contact to this opportunity as well. Save the opportunity. Now is when you can add your line items. So you've had your first discussions, or you know kind of what you want to pitch them already or talk to them about, you can go ahead, click on your Opportunity Line Items tab, There's nothing here because you have to add each one individually. And you have one opportunity with all of your products. You don't create an individual opportunity for each individual product. You have one overarching opportunity, and you create all of the products, and you add the products that you're pitching for that solution into that singular opportunity using the line items. Click on Add New Opportunity Line Item. Again, it automatically shows that it's going to be tied to this opportunity. Click the magnifying glass on product type. Choose your product. The start and end date. So we just entered our estimated close date, which I said was our goal line. We want to close this by, March 15th, I think I chose. I should not have this start on March 15th because, or put my start date on March 15th because more than likely, if this is a Q2 program, it's going to start in April, and you need that lead time to get everything booked, get the creative. So you're hoping then that it's going to start running, the April Fool's Day, 1st of April is when you want this print to start running, and it's going to run consistently through the end of the quarter, end of Q2, and this is where you enter your revenue for this product that you're pitching. And you can, if you want to say that this is, a half-page print or whatever it is, you can enter that in the description portion. Just helps you keep more organized. It's not a required field, but again, the more you enter, the easier it is for you to understand what's happening. Now you enter your estimated revenue. So this is a 3-month half-page print ads, and they're, maybe $2,500 a month, the amount that they're running, so you can put $7,500. I'm automatically the sales rep because I'm creating this opportunity. If you're working with 1847 on anything, you can add them on the boutique agency. If there's a specific initiative that your local market is using to track opportunities, like a pick 3 or a certain call blitz that your champion or one of your managers has created in CRM, you can tie this line item or the whole opportunity to a source campaign. We're going to save and close this. Here's my first line item. We also need to add our digital component. Digital display. Here we go, digital display is my product. Start date, again, we're going to add, this one's actually going to start a week after the print. And finish up on June 24th. And this revenue is going to be $15,000. Sales Rep 2 is your digital strategist. When I save this, it will automatically add my digital strategist, who is Christopher Duplex, as Sales Rep 2. So now your digital strategist will see this revenue in their pipeline, and you'll see the total revenue, the $2,200 or $22,500 in your pipeline. But your digital strategist will just see this $15,000 in their pipeline. As long as you have a digital strategist tied to you in CRM, they will automatically populate as Sales Rep 2. We're back on our opportunity. I was at the lines. This is everything that I'm pitching. Here's my opportunity. Now what you have to do is say, I'm going to meet with these folks next week because we need to get the ball rolling. And if I want to close this, I should really start getting in front of them and make sure that we have an understanding of what they're looking for and that we can provide enough time for ourselves to give them a comprehensive solution that's going to fulfill their needs. So how do you add a meeting to an opportunity? Again, you can do a lot of things in different places of CRM. I'm showing you the best workflow or the best ways that you can continue along these lines. I'm on my opportunity. I know that because it says opportunity information here. Here's my opportunity summary. I have a timeline here for my opportunity. If you remember, we have a timeline for our accounts, but the timeline here is specific to our opportunity, and everything you do here will still roll up to your account. But there are many times when, maybe in March, I'm going to have another opportunity for this client, and I want to make sure that the meetings for that opportunity are tied to that one and not to the whole account. So you want to add your meetings to the specific opportunities that they're related to. And to do that, you first go to your opportunity, which is where I'm already at. You see your timeline. There's a little plus sign. If you hover over it, it says add info and activities. Well, I want to add an activity to my opportunity. I'll click the plus. I want to add a meeting. My opportunity is at 25%. I'm the owner of the meeting. It's regarding this opportunity, Umbrella Corporation Print and Digital Program. Required attendees, this is anybody internally that you want to invite to the meeting, your manager, your digital strategist. Right? You can use the magnifying glass or start searching. There we go. I navigated to users by using the arrows, and now it's just searching for users. If you're going rogue and you're going by yourself, leave your required attendees blank. Subject, whatever you do in CRM, whenever you're adding a meeting in CRM, this is the cool part about this is that it's tied to your Outlook. You use the same email address to log into CRM that your Outlook is tied to. So if I enter this meeting and I put our meeting types are either discovery, build and present, negotiate and close, or post-sale, this is a 25% opportunity, which corresponds with our discovery meetings. So this is going to be my Umbrella Corp discovery call. Meeting type will automatically populate to discovery. You don't have to choose what it is because it's going to look at your probability on your opportunity. Choose your start date, meaning the date that you're going to have your opportunity, your meeting. It's going to be next Thursday at 11 o'clock to 11:30. It looks good. And I'm going to save this. Great. I just added this meeting to my opportunity. And now if I look at my Outlook in a couple of minutes, you will be able to see this meeting show up next Thursday at 11 a.m. So you don't have to worry about adding it to your calendar as well. It automatically will go added to your calendar, be added to your calendar. When you return from your meeting, I'll do that again. When you return from your meeting, one of the things that we've added is an actual meeting notes field. In the past, we just had everybody add notes to your timeline, but there's really no consistency there, and there's no way to really track those or for you to see a holistic view of meeting notes that you created. So again, best practice. We are Marty McFly. We traveled into the future. Today is now Thursday, February 21st. We had our discovery call with Umbrella Corporation. It's about 1 o'clock. I just got back to my computer, so I went back to my opportunity through my account. I click on the meeting, and this brings me to my meeting. There's a field here that's automatically populated called meeting notes. When you return from your meeting, especially your discovery calls, it's imperative that you add the notes of what you discussed. So I clicked on add new meeting note, just like I clicked on add new opportunity lines. It can be discovery notes 221, and you can put, competitors, APIs, expectations, everything that you discussed in that call, in that meeting, detail in this meeting notes field. Once you've added your notes, you probably have them written on your notebook or written down in your notebook. Just copy them into here, type them into here. Click Save and Close. I now have a meeting note attached to this meeting, so at any time, I can go back and say, oh, this is what we discussed. You can add more meeting notes if you want to add subsequent notes. But whenever you visit this meeting in the future, your notes will always be there. And they're tied to the specific meeting. So this is something great for you and your managers and your digital strategists or the solution architects to be able to have that visibility into what's going on, what the client is hoping for, and provide the necessary assistance on closing these sales. At the beginning, I talked about open activities. This says open up here. If I add a whole bunch of more meetings, throughout the weeks, and I don't mark them complete, they're going to continue to stay open, and that's it's a signal to my manager and to everybody else that it looks like you did not have those meetings. And for you to keep an accurate to-do list, it's best practice to mark your meetings complete. So like I said, we're now at next Thursday. We had our meeting. We entered our notes. On the very top, you have a Mark Complete button. Marking this meeting complete marks it complete and goes back to your opportunity. If you go to your opportunity timeline, you can click on your discovery call, and now this is completed. And it will not show up in any of your open activities feeds. So you'll know that you don't have anything pressing for Umbrella Corporation, but maybe you need to open a new meeting to have as a follow-up or a presentation. As you move through the process, you should be updating your probability as it gets closer to being marked as one. So after you have your first call, you can mark it at 50% or 75% based on the discussions that you've had. This will automatically save. Any changes you make will automatically save in the background when you navigate to a different page, or there's a save button on the bottom right of your pages that you can always make sure to click save at any time. Now, one of the things that was, like I said, a pain is after you start working with your opportunities, you have to, your initial pitch usually isn't what happens at the very end of the day, what is being sold or what is being agreed upon. It might go up, it might go down, the revenue, the products could change, the dates that they run could change. So we've added in CRM a couple of places that you can quickly edit these things without going in and out of your opportunity lines and taking more time. So the first place is if you go to your account and you go to your opportunities tab. If I had several opportunities here, all of these estimated close date, probability, this is editable from anywhere. So all I have to do is click on probability. I'm going to mark this at 75, and now my close date. They're actually having faster talk, so we're gonna bump it up to the 8th. There's a save button here, or again, it saves in the background. If you're on your opportunity, I just double clicked on my opportunity. Here's my opportunity line items. Instead of going in and out of these like you used to have to in the past, if the revenue changes on this print and they want to do more, they want to do 10,000, you just enter $10,000. Digital display, we're doing 20 now. They really want a strong push, $20,000. And maybe now this one starts on the 8th of March or April as well. You can change all of these on the fly. If digital display is no longer what they want, you can click in here, delete digital display, and maybe it's branded content that they want now or email that they want now, and you just change that. Always saves in the background, or you can use the save button up at the top. These dates, the start date and end date, and your revenue, like I said before, opportunity management is the one most important thing for you all to keep in mind when you're working with CRM. These three columns, if you keep these three accurate, your pipeline will always be accurate. Your forecast from your pipeline will always be accurate. And you will have a really good understanding of what your business looks like. So when anything changes, make sure that your start and end dates are updated and your revenue is updated. This was all done from my account page. So you can live there, right? There's other pages that you can view your opportunities at, and that you have an actual opportunities page, which is the exclamation point on the file folder. Here's my accounts open opportunities. These are any open opportunities on my accounts. Just like when we were on our specific account, our specific Raccoon City account, we could edit our opportunity information. You can do the same thing here. These grids are editable. This one is now 50%, right? This one is 75%. You can change these. You can change the close dates if you need to update these really quickly. This is now, this is still live. We're going to say that this, we're going to close this on the 22nd of February. So you can edit all these things really quickly by visiting your opportunities page. My accounts open opportunities. You can also use, there's views that say my open opportunities. There's times when you might be on an account that you shouldn't be. and you'll see opportunities showing that aren't necessarily yours. So you can use the drop down on this page and choose My Open Opportunities. Just find it and click it. At the very bottom, like I said, the very most important thing that you keep updated is your open opportunity line items. The puzzle piece, just think of that as the most important piece of your business, right? That's why it's a puzzle piece. That's not why it's a puzzle piece, but that's a good way to put it, right? Your opportunity lines are the most important piece of your opportunity. This shows me My Open Opportunity Lines. You can click on your view and choose other views, but again, My Open Opportunity Lines is the one that you should have as your default. When you visit this the first time, it may not say My Open Opportunity Lines. Click your drop down, find My Open Opportunity Lines, and click the little thumbtack to make that your default. Every time you go to My Open Opportunity Lines extension, the little puzzle piece, it will show your open opportunity lines. You can sort any of these columns, start dates. All of these are in the past. Anytime you have an opportunity line item start date, if it's even 1 day in the past, your pipeline revenue is going to start to shave off. Whatever percentage of revenue for that 1 day will no longer be in your pipeline. So please keep that in mind. That's why it's so important to keep your start and end dates updated. So you can sort these columns, and just like I said on our opportunities page, you can update your start and end dates from here as well. Right? You can do that all the way down. You can change your products. You can change the revenue associated with these by one click. You can do that on all of these grids. So please, please, please be most mindful of your start and end dates on your opportunities and the revenue, because that is what affects your pipeline. And how pipeline is calculated is looking only at those line items. So the better you are at keeping those updated, the better understanding you're going to have of what your true gap number is and what you have left to close if you want to achieve your 100% pacing. When you're winning or losing your opportunities, you just have to find your opportunity. You can go through your accounts, open opportunities. Here's my Raccoon City, right? Look at these. So this is what I was saying before with the naming conventions. Keeping your naming of your opportunities just helps keep this more organized instead of having it all be a jumbled mess. You can better understand what is happening with your individual opportunities on these views. Let's go back to our accounts, and let's go to Raccoon City. Oh, no, that's not that. We wanted, we named this one Umbrella Corporation Raccoon City. Oh, I got a couple of them in there. Got Umbrella Corporation on the brain. So here is our opportunity that we just created, right? Once you get the decision from the customer as yes or no, you mark your opportunity as won or lost on the very top here. If you mark it as lost, you'll be required to enter the reason why you're losing it: budget, client unresponsive, lost to competitor, expired overdue, unattainable KPIs, and mark it as lost. Marking it as won is what you are hoping to do, right? Mark it as won, click OK. The second you mark an opportunity as won, it will be removed from your pipeline, and you will no longer see that revenue in your pipeline on your rep gap to goal report, because the CRM is expecting you to order those ads. If this is a cash customer or something that a digital program that you won't see actually hit your book numbers for a while, you can mark it at 95% and then mark it as won when you see it on your book numbers. But again, use the close as lost and close as won buttons on the top to close, win, and lose your opportunities. So essentially, we did all of this from our accounts page. We created a new prospect account. We added the opportunity. We added the line items. We added a meeting. We did everything necessary. We added our meeting notes just from the account page. Like I said, you can use your other pages to navigate, but that process from start to finish is the best way to do things. If you want to go to your opportunities and find your opportunities individually and work on them, as they come, just click on the opportunity on your opportunity page, and now I'm on this opportunity. Here's the line items I have on this opportunity, just this one. I need to update this, right? Not happening yet. I got this little error because I changed the start date to before the end or after the end date, right? That means it's impossible. The paradox of time. There we go. Now we're okay. Start date and end dates are better. So you can find your opportunities that way too. Another cool little thing that has been, it's like an assistant, it's an artificial intelligence assistant that you have access to. It's this little light bulb at the very top. It's called a relationship assistant. Clicking on this will show you a real quick idea. Instead of using your dashboards, click on your relationship assistant. It's going to show you opportunities that are closing soon. Some of your open opportunities have a close date that are approaching. I didn't know that. Which ones are they? You can click on the little arrow and it will show you the opportunities that you have closing soon. You can click on open opportunity and it'll take you to that opportunity and you can update it. I said this was going to close on today. That's why it's showing up here. Or opportunity close dates has passed. These are all opportunities that I've entered in the CRM and had my estimated close date come and go. So these are all overdue. I should probably keep these updated, right? This is a little assistant that helps you just with a quick glance to see those opportunities that you have closing soon or closing in the past. This will also show meetings that you have coming up. I completed my meeting already, so it's not going to show up in here. But if you have scheduled meetings, you click on your relationship assistant and it'll say when you have meetings coming up and what the meetings are. So you can definitely utilize this as a quick reference for managing your business. The most important things that you have put in the CRM that are coming up to close or have already come and gone. Let's check our Outlook and make sure that that meeting came over. There it is. We entered my meeting in CRM and it showed up on my calendar. You don't have to do things the way that I did. I started with my account. I created the opportunity from the account. I then created a meeting from the opportunity. That is imperative that you're adding the meetings to your opportunities. You can also do all of that by clicking on this plus sign at the very top. It's a quick create menu. You can quick create a new account from here. You can quick create a new opportunity from here. If you do the opportunity, you're going to have to find your account then and say this is for, Lazy Links. Enter your opportunity name and everything else. You can create a new meeting from here. Again, if you're creating a new meeting, it should be regarding your opportunities. Find your opportunity and add this meeting to your opportunity. So you can create meetings, opportunities, and accounts from here, this quick create menu. But again, keeping your opportunities updated is the most important thing and will provide you the most benefit. I promise that your engagement with CRM and how you use it as a tool will directly impact your success as a salesperson. All right. Well, thank you for joining me on this Friday morning. It's now afternoon for a couple of you. Let me know if there's any additional questions. Reach out to your local CRM champions if you have other questions. Otherwise, have a great day, and thank you. Bye-bye.